Welcome to the Supporters Gaming League. We are here for some late night action in the SGL as we close out match day 9 in the Premier League. Great matchup tonight. Two tails of the table. We have Sounders Rocket Club coming in at 1-7 versus the top of the table team, the Timbers Army. Tonight's Cascadia match after dark should be a good one. It sounds like one of those matches that, despite what the tables and the records show, the Sounders Rocket Club has been a team that has kept just about every single match very close this season. But first off, let's take a look at what Timbers Army has done so far this season. When we look at who Timbers Army, they're coming in with the league's top scorer, Loy Boy, needing just one goal to get his 50th goal of the campaign. He sits on 49 goals, averages a goal and a half per game, as well as setting up his teammates. He's tops in the league with 28 assists this season, third in the league with 53 saves. A guy that's been all over the place all season and somebody that is definitely to watch. When we look around the rest of his team, Nelly, Rydog, Piglet have been great supporting cast. They've been a team that's been playing really well together, a team that's connecting really well together, and just one of those teams that you see some great rotations from them. In their last time out, they won versus Timbers Army when they faced off in week 5 3-0. But when we talk about a team that has played a lot of close games, this has been one of those teams where they beat Sounders RC in that week 5 match 3-2, 3-2, and 2-0. And so it's one of those teams, it's one of those matchups for this Timbers Army team that despite that 7-1 record, despite being the top of the table, it's one of those games that I think we really could see being one of those really close matches. When we look at the tail of the tape straight for these teams, you obviously see the offensive side favors the Timber Army with more than 2.75 goals per game. Nearly 2 there for Sounders RC, and they're one of those squads that they play a very consistent 3. And then when we look at the shots per game as well, more than 9 shots for this Timbers Army per match. So it's one of those teams, they put a lot of shots on goal. They create a lot of opportunities. They have a great rotation, and they don't get scored on a lot. One of those teams that plays great defense. Again, their rotations have been near perfect this season, and that's the reason why one of the best teams in the league. On the other hand, we have Sounders RC, who, again, they like to play pretty much a straight 3. You have Nocturnal, Christmas, and Blyan, who have been just a group that, when you look at their stats across the board, are one of those teams that just they're almost identical between the 3 players. They don't have that top score, but they have a team that any 3 of those guys are going to be able to put up numbers every single match. The Sounders team got their first win of the campaign last time out as they topped EM Dallas Burn, surviving one of those reverse sweep scares. The last time they played EM Dallas Burn, they got that reverse swept against. This time, however, they were able to take care of it. Again, another close match for the Sounders R team. It was 2-1, 6-5. Lost that third game 3-0, but came back in a very close fourth game, winning 2-1, with Nocturnal and Blyan leading the team with 4 goals for the Sounders. Last time these guys met, it was Loy Boy. Loy Boy led the way with 5 goals. Christmas finished with 3 goals and a match-high 7 saves. So these are 2 teams that I really like what we're going to be able to see to be able to close out this week 9 action before we head into week 10, possibly later tonight. Week. We may have some more action coming after this one. This one's currently the only one scheduled, but if we want to take a look, I guess, at the week 9 schedule, I guess match day 10 schedule. Oh, bouncing back and forth. Sorry about that. We look at the way that the Premier played so far. It's been FSD Chrome taking care of the only sweep on the Premier side. El Matador fell to Emerald City 3-1. My EM Dallas Burn fell to the Cauldron 3-1. Again, we're very proud. We have not got swept this season. We may only have 1 win, but we have not been swept. You know what? We're going to hold that. We're going to take that the rest of the way. When we look at the championship, the Rebellion took care of Steel Army in one of those top-of-the-table type matches, 3-1 on Tuesday. Los Verdes fell to EC Eternal, 3-0, and Axon Rose got swept by EC Defiance to close out our Week 9. And as we look to match day 10, possibly some more matches coming up this next week. FSD Chrome will take on this Sounders RC team, as well as EM Dallas Burn, La Cinco Doce, El Matador taking on Cauldron, Timbers Army, and Emerald City RC. And while we're still here in match day 9, let's take one look at the table before we set that table set up for tonight's match. We have FSD Chrome, who is nudgingly in the lead, while Timbers Army, with the win tonight, will take control of that top spot once again, leaving week 9 into week 10. KC Cauldron and La Cinco Doce both on 5 and 4 with El Matador, and Emerald City 4 and 5. And then we get to the bottom of the table. EM Dallas Burn 1 and 8, falling 3-1 earlier this week, and Sounders RC again. That record of 1 and 7, I've said it a couple times. I've had a couple of their matches now. That Sounders RC squad has been so close in a lot of their games. So this is one of those that, despite facing a team at the top, it would not surprise me at all if we get a close battle. I don't know which way we're going to swing. I don't know which way I would put the points on per se. But I really like what those guys do with Nocturnal and Christmas and Blyan. Christmas has been one of my favorite players to watch ever since I've joined the SGL this season. He's just been such a contributor, and those guys are just so even playing together. It's shaping up to be what should be a really good Week 10 match as we get going here to close out match day 9 and sending us into match day 10. So as we get set tonight, some things to watch out for. To me, it's going to be Loyboy. Loyboy, like I said, he just needs one more goal for his 50th tally of the season. He's going to be a player for me to watch. If you're going to be able to take care of Timbers Army, the squad is definitely going to have to defend him. I've seen the way that Sounders RC plays. They're a team that they're able to identify those top scorers. They're a team that when we played them, they identified with my team with EM Dallas Burn that Caesar's one of our top guys. They kind of take him out of the game as they need to. And so they're going to be a team, if they could do that against Loyboy and set themselves up, they're a team that is pretty well balanced. And so they don't have to rely on a single player to be on their A game. They all have pretty much brought their A games this season. And despite that record, they've been in every single match so far. When you look at on the other side, what for the Timbers Army, what they need to watch out for is just really just playing consistent. I think one of the things that Sounders RC has going against them is that they have fallen in those close matches. And so there is something to see tonight, that if you get in those close matches, does Sounders RC tense up? Do they get a bad hop, get a bad bounce? Do they get down? But I will say they've been in every single one of those matches, and they always say that experience can sometimes get you over that hump. We also know that with the Buffalo Bills today. If any of the NFL fans out there saw what experience does at the end of the game, you want that Josh Allen out there. And for me, there's a couple of guys on Sounders RC that they may be able to use that experience to get themselves over the hump and get back into the table and climb back up into things, as we are here now just minutes away from getting to go in our Week 9 battle between Sounders and Timbers Army. And once we get things going, we'll be able to connect in. Let's see if anybody is throwing anything in the chat. Anybody have anything that they did this weekend exciting? Any shout outs? Nothing out there. Anybody, who's everybody in the chat is, what are you guys putting your points on? If we're talking about predictions, if there's something I'm going to throw out there, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say, and I've gotten this wrong a couple times. I've asked for 5. I asked Santa for 5, and Christmas couldn't give me 5 last time I got to watch his team out. I'm going to take my money, and I'm going to say Timbers Army puts it in 5. But I would not be surprised, despite the record of 1 and 7, Sounders RC being able to keep this competitive and make this a really good match. So I think this is one of those things that to watch for is going to be just how they handle that pressure. If the games stay close, can Timbers Army hold off the experience of Sounders RC and be able to pull things away? But I am looking forward to this match, and I think really where we know who these teams are at this point, just seeing how this team with Sounders RC handles that attack from Loyboy, and see if they can hold off from getting that 50th goal right away, and see if they can put that off later in Game 1 as we go on. But again, we're here with Supporters Gaming League. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, the links are in the Discord. To join our Discord are in the Twitch. It is a great league to be a part of. This is my first season with the group. Like I said, I'm with EM Dallas Burn. It's been a great organization to be a part of. We have a great production that we'll give some shout outs as we get going on here. But if anybody's looking to join in the fun and be a part of the community, it's a great one to be a part of for our MLS fans. And for those of y'all that don't know much about the league, the Supporters Gaming League is about bringing together fans from the MLS and represent our teams in Rocket League and have fun and kind of enjoy each other. And we kind of hang out in the Discord and play a bunch of other games at the same time. So for those out there that are looking forward to it, we will be able to get going. All right, so we do have another confirmed match that'll follow shortly after this one if we don't play into that one. We're going to have EC Defiance and Frontera SD Azul, which will be kicking off at 11:45 Eastern, 10:45 Central Time. Something to look forward as we get going here. Game 1, Sounders RC versus Timbers Army. Piglet looking to get some early pressure, but knocked away this time by Christmas. Loyboy, once again, he's all over the place. Every single match bounces off the wall. He's unable to get on offense. Piglet with a dangerous play on a 50 there. Almost put it towards his own goal. Loyboy looking to clean things up. Rydog met by Blind in the middle. Ball bouncing around here in the first 30 seconds of Game 1. Closing it off Week 9 action. Nocturnal looks to go off the wall, unable to get the game goal across. Loyboy looks at the shot, but he puts it wide to the right, as they say on the TikTok, put it to the side. Christmas unable to knock it away, but Nocturnal's able to clean it up for Blind. Blind in the middle looking for something, but Loyboy soaring from the skies. He read it all the way, and that is goal number 50. What did we say for the keys to the game? Keep Loyboy off the board, but he won't be denied. 1 goal for Loyboy, his 50th of the season. Just 53 seconds here into this match. Another 50 sends it wide off the kickoff. Double commit up. Loyboy looking for number 2, puts it off the back wall. Nobody there to clean it up as Christmas clears it away. Christmas, look, his shot on goal. Great play by Nocturnal, knocking away the defender inside of the goal, and Christmas is able to take advantage. As we take a look across, it was Nocturnal just causing havoc. He actually didn't get the bump, but sometimes that's all you need to do is jump across it, and Christmas is able to capitalize, tie things up here just a couple seconds after the opener. Piglet first play, unable to get anything. He's met by Blind in the midfield. Blind with a shot on target. Nobody was back there. Good recovery from Rydog. Nocturnal back up, met by Loyboy. Loyboy denied by Blind. Blind knocks it to the side. Piglet right back in the middle. Dangerous play. Rydog puts it up in the middle. Met by a 50 by Nocturnal. Rydog once again back up in the middle, and Loyboy's unable to come up against it. Piglet goes off the side, looks for the redirect, but he's met by Nocturnal, who knocks it down. Rydog able to clean it up off the corner, doesn't get a clean touch off of it. For those mechanically challenged like myself, those plays are always the toughest off that side wall, getting that awkward hop. To rename my gamer tag, it would probably be mechanically challenged for Rocket League. I already had the open goals scare me. It was my first Rocket League name, so true stories though. Haunted houses don't bother me, but man, open goal in Rocket League and call it a day. Rydog takes care of Blind. Loyboy sends it up. Nocturnal with a chance on the goal, unable to get taken care of, tries to send it back across, and it's knocked away. Christmas comes up empty, and Rydog tries to put it in the middle, but Nocturnal once again there to meet it. Nocturnal playing really well off the top wall. Blind looking to get a shot. Christmas in the area, can't get the bump. Blind knocks away Rydog, but he can't do anything and take advantage of that one. 1-1 game here in the opening game. A big mistake from Christmas, but they can't take advantage. Piglet knocks it wide. Piglet once again puts it back into the middle. Piglet had a near wide open shot. Those open goals, we just mentioned it, are some of the hardest ones to hit. Loyboy looking to do his thing off the top of the season, but once again knocked away. Great defense here from the Sounders RC team in a 1-1 game of Game 1 of our Week 9 closer. Loyboy swinging up the wall, has Rydog in the middle, looks to get it to him. Decent pass, Rydog unable to get it cleanly. Blind hits it up to Christmas. Christmas knocks it up the middle. Met in the air 50-50. This time it's Loyboy getting there first. Piglet, back wall. Rydog, not able to get a good touch, but just like that, Loyboy, the leader in goals, gets his second of the game. Great passing sequence there, and able to take advantage. Loyboy flying across the middle, takes the 2-1 lead with 1:19 to go in game one. Nocturnal and Rydog on the kickoff. Blind able to knock it away before that one gets dangerous. Nocturnal sends it straight across the field, back on his own side. Oh my goodness, Loyboy hat trick. Pull off the hats and toss him on the field. That's about as clean as you can get off that sidewall. A perfect touch, nearly a 60-mile-an-hour shot, making it 3-1, building up the lead and making it really difficult on Sounders RC here on our Sunday night finale. Christmas met in the air by Loyboy. Loyboy soaring through the air through the middle, again off the top roof to knock it away. Great defense there as he was able to clean it up. Nocturnal unable to get a clean shot. Blind unable to as well. Now we have Loyboy on the sidewall, 49 seconds here in game one. Loyboy, great ball control, puts it across. Piglet takes it home. We talked about it in the pregame. Loyboy, leader in goals, leader in assist as well, as Loyboy just tallies another assist on his campaign now as he led the league with his assist coming in. Or excuse me, third in the league coming in, and sets up his teammate now his 29th assist of the season. 4-1 game. Sounders RC at this point probably just playing for momentum. Piglet knocks it away, met by Blind as he knocks him off the ball. Rydog, slight touch, a little bit safety play. Sounders RC is going to have to get something going if they're going to do anything in this game one. At this point, probably just trying to play for some good feelings. Christmas looking to get those, and he does with a tremendous double tap off the wall, rotating it around his car, cuts the lead in half with 17 seconds. I've seen some crazy things before in this game. Get a weird kickoff. I think we also saw Jinxie this weekend getting that weird kickoff on the goal as he went up against Musty 17 seconds into that craziness. Rydog just boots it down the field. That's all they need to do with about 10 seconds to go here in game one. Rydog unable to meet on the 50. Christmas with a chance with 2 seconds left. He hits it off the wall. Nocturnal's going to pop it up. Other than a last-ditch effort to trim it to 1, it's Timbers Army taking game one here. Not a huge surprise as we look at one of our top teams in the league being able to take advantage of it, and they get the opener. Loyboy right from the beginning as he tallies his first of 3 goals just a minute into the game. Christmas answered. He ended up with 2 goals there in game 2, while Piglet capitalized on 1 to make what was at the time a 4-1 lead for Timbers Army. And we look at a team that Loyboy was just all over the middle of the field, and a team that rotates so well, plays so well together against a team that has been a constant and constantly into games. It's not a surprise that it was only the 2-goal tally, but this is one of the first I've seen from the Sounders RC side where it was more than 1 goal in the deficit for one of their games. We look at the touches, and we just talk about touches aren't necessarily going to equate in determining where a team is, but you look at where Loyboy is, nearly double everybody else in the game for that game one with 57 touches. The closest to him was his teammate Rydog, as well as Nocturnal from Sounders RC, each with 36. And that is just a tremendous amount where he's a part of every single play. He's impactful for every single play. And you just talk about a guy that is just playing in the right way. And on the other hand, we had one of the goals of the season. I mean, you look at Wade Christmas put that goal away on the redirect. He gets a double tap off the wall. Beautiful goal from him, setting us here for an exciting game 2. Will Sounders RC be able to come back and claw back and get some momentum back here? Loyboy once again getting involved here, just 10 seconds into game 2. Loyboy looks his shot, puts it a little bit high. Christmas taken out by Loyboy. Piglet goes for the 50th across the goal, but Nocturnal's able to come up with it. Blind puts the shot on goal. He puts it past Rydog. Rydog looked like he was going to be there. One of the worst things you can see in this game, and probably the most frustrating, is when you have a perfect jump and you pull that back on that joystick and it flips your car around. He had nearly a perfect jump to defend that, but it's Sounders RC getting things going here early on. Less than 30 seconds in the game, and oh my gosh, Loyboy sees an empty net and he says, I'm not scared of that. Straight down the pipe off the kickoff. Rydog with a great way to kill it as they were cheating up the middle. 30 seconds into this one, or nearly 30 seconds into this one, and we already have 2 goals. Blian this time able to get the kickoff and send it up. Nocturnal taken out though as the teams exchange demos. Loyboy has a connection, almost pulls off. His redirect is put in by Rydog. Loyboy looking like he was going for the musty, unable to connect with full power. But a perfect bounce off the wall. Rydog's able to fight off Nocturnal and says, eat your Wheaties. Putting this one in the back of the net with some power. 2-1 game here in game 2. It was Timbers Army with the lead, both in game 2 and overall after they took game 1. Rydog touches it softly and Christmas shoots it away, but Loyboy's able to knock it down. Loyboy looking for a pitch off the wall, but sends it over. Deals the boost. Christmas empty boost going up the corner, but gets a touch on the ball, so it makes it awkward. Rydog's able to touch it away. Loyboy wide open field. He just has to beat the Nocturnal who spawns in, but Nocturnal's unable to do so. The great pass from Rydog straight down. Loyboy smartly hits it to the bottom corner with power, and Christmas was coming across as well, trying to deny it, but they're not able to. League leader in goals, tallies his 2nd of the game. Now 5 goals overall in this game for Loyboy. 3-1 lead for the Timbers Army. Lion pops it up. Nocturnal looking for the redirect. Gets good contact, but not good power. Christmas, awkward touch in the corner. Sends it up, and now it's Timbers trying to break. Lion sends it up to Loyboy. Loyboy sends it down the field again. Not as much smooth passing from the Sounders RC team. Trailing by 2, nearly 2 minutes here into game 2. Look at the physicality. All 3 players from Sounders RC are inside the goal. If you were just looking in on that one, you would have thought they were on the opposite side and just put it in their own net. But no, it's Nocturnal getting that last touch, stealing away from Christmas. Trims the deficit down to 1 with 3:05 to go in game 2. Christmas with the demo off of it. Loyboy tries to power through, unable to do so. Blind with a great save. Rydog's empty on boost, but he's able to punch into the corner. A miss by Christmas. Awkward touch sends it to Loyboy. Loyboy powers it up the wall. Looking for the touch. Nocturnal meets him there in the middle. Loyboy with another shot. This one's knocked away once again by Nocturnal. Christmas, no boost. Their boost starves as Blind pops it away to the corner off the shot from Piglet. Rydog looking for Loyboy. Loyboy taps it up top. Piglet thinking about it, but Loyboy says, I'm going to take it. Oh, a great knock away there from Blind. That was going to be an easy tap in from Piglet. Blind able to meet him in the middle. Nocturnal, wide open goal on the other side. Oh my goodness. Another breakaway goal for the Sounders RC team, and from down 2 breakaway goals on what seemed like surefire goals for the Timbers Army. It's Sounders RC tying things up, 2:15 to play here in game 2 of the Supporters Gamer League Premier League Week 9 finale. Nocturnal steals the boost from his teammate Christmas, but he's able to get control as Blind sends it across. Loyboy, nothing up there, gets a touch. Christmas on another, looking for something. Nobody there from Sounders RC to take advantage of the good passing. Loyboy with a smart 50, able to come with it. Nocturnal with a bump. Christmas can't get the touch. It's Blind who's up the corner now. Loyboy knocks it away, playing good defense from the top ropes. Loyboy sends it from the top ropes across to the other side. Back-to-back hat tricks for Loyboy. Now 6 goals here through just 2 games. There's still 1:39 to play in Game 2 as Timbers Army takes the 4-3 lead. Loyboy knocked away on some great power there. Christmas able to clean it up, but not for long as Loyboy meets him. Blyan takes the shot from Rydog. Can't believe he didn't get credit for the save there. That one was for sure in, as he's able to pop it off the corner. Minute 22 to go for the Sounders RC team to tie things up here in Game 2. But it's Rydog slots it home, his second goal of Game 2 on just 3 shots. Blyan sends it off the wall, playing some defense, but Rydog cleans it right up and slots it home. Nothing that Christmas could do as he was coming around the other side. Now a 5-3 lead for Timbers Army. Timbers Army, the top of the table at 7-1. If they're 8-1, they'll be at the top alone. Loyboy looking for something. That 50 goes dangerously across the goal. Nocturnal met on the boards for a 50. This one goes to Piglet. Piglet sends it wide to the right. Christmas awkward landing. Loyboy, as Piglet is in the goal doing some damage, but Loyboy was not able to get control of it to bring it down inside. 40 seconds to go here. If Sounders RC is going to find their way back into this to be able to make it a 1-1 game. Nocturnal pops it up. He sends it over. Great defense there from Loyboy. Takes the shot off. Blyan unable to get it. Nocturnal full boost to the side, but awkward touch from Loyboy. Christmas off the back wall. Loyboy up to meet him there. 15 seconds. If they're going to do something, they're going to do it quick. Nocturnal shot on goal. Knocked away by Loyboy. All over the place in this game, and it's Loyboy going up the field. Piglet unable to put that one in the back of the net, and it's saved away, but too little, too late for Sounders RC as Timbers Army takes Game 2 and now leads 2-0 in this Week 9 match that is going to close off Week 9 and could potentially just send Timbers Army with one more game to the top of the table, currently at 7-1. This second game, Loyboy once again over 1,000 points. And if you look at one of our keys we talked about after Game 1, it's simply just the involvement of Loyboy. 70 touches in that game. Again, not your indicator of the necessarily MVP, but when you're doing that many touches, you're scoring 3 goals. You had a hand in 2 assists. Just a huge game from them, and 4 saves to top it off. On the other side, you had Nocturnal with 2 tallies, Blyan with a goal, and Christmas with 1 assist on 2 shots and 3 demos. This is just one of those games that just seems like Timbers Army is set up for. They said that, you know what, we're at the top. This is our team. This is who we are. Able to take advantage, and you just look at the way that Loyboy has met every single shot off the top wall. Something that Christmas, I've noticed, likes to do is send it off of that, looking for that redirect, and Loyboy's been able to meet them there nearly every single time. But we are going to head now into Game 3. Will we have a sweep, or Sounders RC going to knock on the door of some hinting of a reverse sweep here between Sounders RC and Timbers Army? It's Nocturnal and Rydog with the kickoff. Rydog able to win it, sends it wide. Loyboy knocked her away by his teammate Rydog. Rydog couldn't get out of his way. That one is kind of an awkward touch, but was fighting physicality in the corner. Loyboy looking for the touch, but Christmas is able to knock it away. Christmas once again knocks it away. Piglet meets it in the middle. Similar to how Game 1 started. Took a little bit for us to settle things down and get some clean play. Rydog off the top wall into the corner. Christmas able to defend that one. 2 demos there for Sounders RC. Will they be able to take advantage? Doesn't look like it as Piglet knocks it down in the corner. Blyan will have a chance here. Sends it high into the right. Nocturnal hopes what... Oh no! Nocturnal with the shot is met by Piglet. Piglet redirects it all the way across the field for the opening goal here for the Timbers Army. Not what you're looking for if you're Sounders RC for starting this one down 2-0. Loyboy meets Christmas on this kickoff. Blian with the shot off of Right Dog, looking for the redirect, can't come up with it off the back wall. Nocturnal centers it, 50 to the middle, it's a dangerous ball. Piglet able to clean it up, knocking the ball away from Nocturnal. Christmas and Loyboy exchange words in the corner. Piglet playing some great defense, keeping things away. Loyboy takes it from Piglet, sends it up, gets the touch, gets the shot up into the top right, but Nocturnal boxes it away. This time Right Dog puts one a little harmlessly up the wall, it's knocked away. All the shots coming so far have pretty much been from Timbers Army. This one from Blian, it was just waiting to be knocked in as Right Dog knocks that one off the touchline. 1-0 game. Nearly 2 minutes here into game 3 of this match. Best of 5 series. Again, on the line tonight, Timbers Army would move to the top of the league at 8-1 with a win. While Sounders RC, a 1-7 squad, looking to avoid staying at the bottom of the pillar. Piglet knocked away by Blian. Great save there. Piglet was all over it. Loyboy looking for some help on the defense. Right Dog is that help as he knocks it away. Awkward touches from Piglet and Loyboy there. Blian's looking to take advantage. He sends it up the wall. Christmas with the shot. Knocked away by Right Dog. Right Dog, awkward touch again from Nocturnal in the middle. That one could have gone either way. Piglet takes control as Loyboy sends it across the middle. Piglet picks up full boost, knocks it to the side. Blian once again in the corner looking to knock it across, but Loyboy, as always, has been there right in the middle to knock it away. Blian met Loyboy smartly in the middle before he was able to set up, and Christmas is looking to do some harm in the corner. Piglet says, "Not in my house." It knocks Christmas out of the way. Now it's going to be a one-on-one with Loyboy in the back. Loyboy goes for the demo, but it knocks it away after getting it. There are bodies all over the field. Loyboy with a great play as he faked it, went through and looked for the demo, got the demo, and then knocked the ball away, unable to double up the lead. There are demos all over the place. If this was a hockey game, there would be 5 minutes for fighting all over the place. We'd have the penalty box full. Blian looking to crack it across the middle. Unable to as Right Dog pops it up. Right Dog looking to settle it. Loyboy almost redirecting again. Piglet unable to come up with it as Nocturnal knocks it away to the side. Awkward touch as Christmas has to clean things up. 1-0 game. Minute and 5 seconds left here to go. Timbers Army 58 seconds from an 8-1 start to this season, and Loyboy with his first goal of game 3. He's now had a goal in every single game, has tallied 7 overall in this matchup, and that 2-0 tally may just be too much for Sounders RC to battle back and get back into this one. 50 seconds to go, 2-0 lead, and just a reminder, when we get out of here, we're going to have EC Defiance and Frontera SD Azul starting shortly after we get done tonight. So we turn back in now, a 3-0 game. Loyboy, his second goal of the game, 48 seconds. It seems like it's just down to the basics for Loyboy. Loyboy, 2 tallies. Will he get his 3rd hat trick of the game? He comes across, Piglet pops it up. Loyboy looking for it, but Blian knocks it away before Loyboy can jump in. Blian trying to get something going for Sounders RC, and Right Dog with the save. Loyboy pipes it up for Right Dog. Right Dog can't connect as Nocturnal gets it. Timbers Army, 20 seconds away. It seems inevitable now. They will be 8-1, top of the table. The only thing questionable now is Loyboy get his hat trick. 10 seconds left. Sounders RC unable to get the hat trick, but adds another assist as Loyboy sends it over for Right Dog. Right Dog with a beautiful shot in the corner. 4-0 game, 4 seconds left. There's 4s all over the place, people. GGs are in the chat. GGs are all over the place. Game, set, and match for this Timbers Army squad. Just waiting for the inevitable. Putting it down. Loyboy wants his hat trick. Pops it up. He's going to get it. Loyboy, third hat trick of the game. You can tell that Sounders RC wasn't happy about that one, leaving the game as soon as it went in the back of the net. But Loyboy, his 9th goal of the series. It is Timbers Army 8-1 game. GG's in the chat as we finalize that one. The 3-0 sweep of the Sounders. And you look at it from my side, my goodness, my predictions have not come anywhere close. A team in Sounders RC that had kept things so close all season in every single one of their games. It was Timbers Army who just poured it on. Loyboy with his 3 goals, Rydog with a goal, Piglet with a goal. It's just a beautiful game there for Timbers Army, and just one of those evenings that just seemed, as soon as that first game was over, that Timbers Army was going to go down for the kill. They were gonna go all out, be able to play pretty loose, and you actually kind of saw that in game 2 where they were playing loose, and it gave away 2 breakaways to allow Sounders RC to tidy things up. But it's Timbers Army gets the sweep 3-0. It was a game that got over a lot quicker. I was fully expecting that one to go at least 4 games, if not 5. My pregame prediction was 5. Looking in the chat, just one of those things that just seemed like one of those games where, how do you stop Loyboy? I mean, Loyboy was all over the place, and when you have teammates playing with him like they are and getting shots on target and connecting with his passes and putting his passes in the back of the net as well, that's just hard to beat. It's just a threesome that seemed like they were ready to go tonight from the very start. And on the other side, Nocturnal, Christmas, and Bliant, they've played together all season. I really think this was probably the one that's probably left them the most frustrated. They've been a team that's been there all season and been close in all of their games. This is the first one that I've seen from them that has not been there. So it's one of those things where Timbers Army say, hey, we're top of the table. We're an 8-1 team now. They get to be at the top of the table all alone and be able to take advantage of it. And Sounders RC on the other side, 1-8, a team that probably doesn't deserve those 8 losses, if we're going to be completely honest. We've said it a couple times, but it's just one of those games that Timbers Army flexed their muscle and showed who they are as we get here into our close out of match day 9, which hard to believe that we're going to be in match day 10 actually as we get into our next match here in just a few minutes. So we are going to see if we have our interviews. We're going to be bringing in Rydog, and I guess we're ready with Rydog when he's ready. Hey Rydog, how you feeling after the win tonight?
Good. Yeah. A little bit of last minute, just scheduling. I'm glad we got it scheduled. Yeah, we're feeling good. It was a fun match.
You look at one of those games against a team that, from every match I've seen them play, has always been really close, and it seems like you guys were the first ones that were able to come out and kind of put a couple goal lead on them. Did you guys have any certain strategy of, we want to attack from the start, or was it just, hey, we're going to play our game and see what happens?
Yeah, and I think it's more the latter. We just do our thing and kind of make adjustments from there. Obviously, we just want to assert our dominance early and kind of make teams adjust to us, and then we go off of that. Whether that being like a multiple goal lead or just playing well or attacking well or putting on lots of pressure. And it doesn't matter which trio we have. Obviously Kyle stepped in tonight for Reese, and there was no differing game plan at all with him in the lineup. So
yeah, talk about that lineup a little bit. You look at Piglet coming in, and it didn't seem like anything was off. I mean, if anything, I saw a rotation that looked even stronger than obviously you guys took us pretty well and pretty easily with the Talus Burn, but seeing Piglet in the rotation, it was like you guys weren't missing a beat. Are you guys used to it at this point? Like any of y'all's 4, when y'all get together as a threesome, whoever slots in, y'all are just gonna be ready?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Kyle, Reese, and I've been playing obviously with the OG 3, so we've been playing, for multiple seasons now, and so we just kind of know. We just know each other so well, and then of course we add Loyboy to the mix, and we're getting to know him better and better each week. I think this is his 2nd season, so Yeah, there's an even higher level of comfortability with any of the three that we put out there. I'm sure I've said it on stream before, and I've said it in our internal calls too, that Piglet's like the third best on the team, and I'm the fourth best on the team. So yeah, and I know he's usually the first person to be like, hey, you guys, being, myself, Nelly, and Loy Boy, kind of being the first, hey, you guys got this, and so for me, it's always like, no, we want you to get in the mix, and obviously he plays well, like we play well with him too, so I love playing with him. Like, obviously we see each other at Timbers games all the time too, so he's a great person too. But yeah, like, it doesn't matter which three we put out there, we're going forward and we're playing our game.
You talked a little bit about settling in and learning how Loyboy plays. I mean, it seemed like he was all over the field. Just what's it like seeing that guy fly around? 3 hat tricks tonight, 9 goals in the match. Just what's that like from a teammate's perspective?
It's weird because at least it's getting more normal now, I would say, or whatever normal is. But definitely last season, it took an adjustment for me personally to try and figure out where I fit on the team. And just from the beginning of last season, like, it was always the Nelly and Loyboy show. I think last year's like top fives, they were like 1 and 2 in goals, or 1 and 3 in goals, or something like that. And then there was me kind of in the back, just kind of hanging out. And so I think over the course of time now, I've gotten used to his play style and kind of what he turns for, what he doesn't turn for, what does he do in the air, what touches can he do, what touches does he do. And so it makes my game a little bit easier to know, okay, he in this position with this amount of boost, he's going to do this, so I need to be in this spot. And that confidence has just grown, at least for me, like I said, over the past of the 1.5 seasons we played so far. But yeah, he's obviously an animal. I mean, we all know what he can do, and how special he is on the offensive side of the ball and even on the defensive side of the ball.
You talk about the most important thing, really, is the win column. 8-1, top of the table. What can you say about just where your team is right now and how you guys are feeling? I mean, we're kind of at the point where everybody kind of knows who each other are in terms of the league. And what do you guys take from now? Hey, you're heading to the week 10, top of the table, and what do you have left for the rest of the season?
Yeah, there's no sleeper matches. I mean, obviously these games against SRC, they're the bottom of the table, and those games were close. I mean, they weren't like cakewalks by any means. And so, of course, as you go up the table, theoretically, like, you would play harder teams and better teams. And so you can't sleep on any team, no matter what. And so I think that's the way we're reviewing, the rest of the way. Because if you want to say that too, like, we have now the hardest schedule, the rest of the way. We have the top teams that we're facing right the rest of the way. We still have Chrome's our last game. Obviously, they're next in the table, so that's going to be an absolute cinema last week. You can never sleep on KC. I've talked about them multiple times. EM, even you guys too have pop-up potential. Like, all these teams have pop-off potential, and I know before every game, every series, I go, hey, they are going to pop off this series. We need to be at our absolute best. And so, yeah, it's going to be a fun, exciting, second half-ish of the season. Obviously, we just need to keep winning and ideally just not giving, other teams points. And I know we are looking kind of around at the rest of the league to see kind of what goes on there. Obviously, like, the middle of the pack right now is crazy busy, because I think EM's on the live stands. I think EM has 23 because I think they won one of their games.
Yeah,
like, it's like so close in the middle. Like, anything can happen in those. Any of those teams can upset us or even Chrome too. So, just ones to watch out for.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be scared of Pico David. He's the one really to watch out. No, we kid. But all the questions I have. Any shout outs for the chat tonight? Any shout outs for the teammates or anything going on this weekend that you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out you guys obviously first for commentating and running the stream as always. Shout out my teammates, of course. Special shout out to Kyle Piglet. Last minute scheduling change that he was able to hop in there for. So I'm glad he played well, and he got on the score sheet a few times, and so that was really good. Obviously, GG's to SRC. They're a fun team. I've said this about them too, and now playing them for the second time, like, they are so close, and they keep games close. Like, they're not they're still not a team to sleep on. It doesn't matter where they are on the table. Like you just got to make sure you bring their best, your best every time because they're going to bring their best. So GG's to them as well. I always shout out my mom. I don't think she's in chat tonight, but shout out my mom and shout out Big Al's Food for potentially giving me and my girlfriend food poisoning. So
that's
GG.
a rough one. I don't know if we
Yeah.
know that story, but we can move
No.
on to that one. But
Yeah.
no, congratulations, like you said, the Sounders RC or SRC is just one of those teams, and you guys have been really one of the first ones to kind of take it to them a little bit. And I say this not just because they were in this match, but Christmas has been one of my favorite players to watch this season, and it just seems like one of those things that you guys were ready for kind of every punch they threw. But congratulations, Red Dog, and obviously props to you guys. GG's to everybody in tonight's match. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, GG's. Have a good night, guys. Thanks.
Yep, have a good night.